A very good morning, children. Hope you all are doing well. Children, The Power of Determination is a factual narrative written by Bert Dubin. Bert is a motivational speaker. He tours the world delivering heart stirring speeches and helps other speakers become master speakers. The Power of Determination is a true story about athlete Glenn Cunningham, who was horribly burned in a schoolhouse fire at the age of 8. The doctors predicted he would never walk again, but Glenn was determined to walk. He would throw himself off his wheelchair and pull his body across the yard and along a fence. 22 months later, he took his first steps and through sheer determination learned to run despite the pain that he was bearing. Let's quickly learn about this story. Glenn, as a young schoolboy, was given the duty to come early to the school and fire the pot-bellied coal stove and warm the room before his teacher and classmates arrived. One day, someone mistakenly filled the container with gasoline instead of kerosene, and a disaster struck. When the class and the teacher arrived to the school, they found that the school building was completely engulfed in flames. Engulfed means that it was completely enclosed in flames. They were terrified when they realized lately that Glenn was inside. So they rushed in and somehow managed to drag unconscious Glenn out of the flaming room. He was more dead than alive, as when Glenn was taken out of the burning school building, he was unconscious, more dead than alive. He had major burns. He had received major burns over the lower half of his body. So he was quickly taken to a nearby hospital. The doctors analyzed his situation and told his mother that he won't be able to survive for long. He would surely die. And of course, it would have been better for him to die, as the lower half of his body was terribly burnt. But Glenn, being a brave boy, he held on to life because he wanted to survive. He didn't want to die. He made up his mind that of course he would survive. The physician was of course shocked. He was amazed to see that Glenn survived. The doctor again gave his opinion to his mother that since the flesh in the lower part of Glenn's body was destroyed, he was doomed to be a lifetime cripple with no use at all of his lower limbs. So, it would have been better to get his limbs amputated, cut off. Again, this was heard by Glenn. This time, his mother refused to allow or to give permission to the doctors to get his limbs amputated. Once again, Glenn strengthened his determination, his firm resolve. And he decided for himself that, of course, he would not be a cripple throughout his life. He wanted to survive. He didn't want to be confined to a wheelchair. He believed in himself and had this faith that, of course, one day he would walk. Unfortunately, he couldn't feel any motor ability from the waist down. His legs were all but lifeless. He got discharged from the hospital. His parents gave him massages, especially they massaged the little legs of Glenn every day. His mother took him into the yard on his wheelchair so that he may get fresh air. And it was there that one day he tried to walk. He threw himself from the wheelchair, pulled himself across the grass, dragged his legs behind him towards the fence when his mother took him out for getting fresh air, and he somehow raised himself up on the fence and dragged along the fence. He practiced this every day, and gradually he developed the ability to stand up on his legs, then to walk haltingly, taking breaks in between. Then he learned to walk all by himself and, of course, to run. It was his daily massages, his iron persistence, and strong determination that gave life to his legs. The strong determination of Glenn helped him to give life to his legs, and he could walk and run. So when he began to walk after the accident, he used to run for pleasure and satisfaction, and this joy of running made him the world's fastest mile runner. When Glenn's legs became strong enough, he ran to school and everywhere that he could. Later in college, he made it through the track team and participated successfully in events which earned him the title of the Kansas Flyer. In February 1934, he participated in an athletics event at New York City's famed Madison Square Garden and had set a record for running a mile in 4 minutes and 8 seconds, the world's fastest indoor mile. And later, that same year, in a prestigious outdoor track meet, he had set another record for running a mile in 4 minutes and 7 seconds, which was the world's fastest mile of that time. It was, of course, his willingness to live, his iron persistence, resolute determination, and his parents' love, care, and support that helped him to achieve his goal. It would not have been possible without the love, care, and support of Glenn's parents that he achieved his ambition, his goal in life. Of course, it was his mother who refused to let the doctors amputate his lower limbs. They too wanted Glenn to overcome his disability. They believed their son's faith and determination. It was their courage, hard work, patience, and belief that had played a vital role, a very important role in helping Glenn achieve his goals. Children, determination means having the ability to stay on course, to remain focused on your goals, to stand up to the problems and obstacles with conviction, to be fixed and firm about your decisions, solutions, and intentions, and to apply the power of your will to your dreams and desires with firm resolve, grit, fortitude, faith, and courage. These were the only factors that had helped Glenn Cunningham to achieve his goals. If you have determination, nothing can stop you and nothing can deter you from following a particular course of action to achieve your goals or realize your dreams. Obstacles or impediments may come, they may delay your progress, they may halt your progress, disturb you temporarily, may even lead you astray for some time, but they cannot withstand the sustained pressure and energy of strong determination. It is the power that you generate within yourself to hold on tenaciously to the course of action you have chosen and to march forward towards your cherished goals. This is what Glenn Cunningham has proved through his example. He has proved, of course, that it is possible that people with physical disabilities, or if they are in any adverse circumstances, they also can become overachievers in their attempt to overcome barriers. So, with this, I would like to end today's session and would request you all to go through the explanation and read the chapter, read the story. All right, children? Okay, then, bye bye.